Hello, this is Max Drake. I'd just like to talk about some Windows productivity things. I'm quite interested in the productivity area and look and see there's a lot of videos on programs and how to use them, but just not on simple tools that actually make life easier. In this example, I've got an equipment list that I'm actually doing for a particular project, and what I'll actually do is I'll download some PDF files on that particular equipment that I can hand over to the engineers, which is say, well, this is the actual product that I'm looking to use, this is the rough voltage, this is the power, this is the data requirements for it, etc., etc. So it has a bit of information on that. A lot of times I store those the PDFs in a subdirectory, but I want to know where they are so that I can just pop them up and actually reference them when I need them for something like doing sizes and things like that. Just saves going on and having to be online and searching for stuff. So anyway, I actually want to find out where those things are. So a lot of the times I'd actually try and say, well, okay, then I want to actually give its location. So here I've got the file path first of all, then I actually need to go and get the actual file name, and so I do a rename there and copy the file name, and then I need to give it an extension there, so I got to go .pdf, and on the other one, because it's actually a directory, I've actually just got to put a backslash there, then I can go, that is equal to that, shift and that, and then it will concatenate for me, and then I can copy that, and then I can go in there and just do a paste values, and there I've got that string. So now I can actually go back, open up another version of Explorer, and it'll actually hit me and go to that particular and open up that particular file that I want. But that's it's quite a few steps. There's actually a little add-in that you can get, which actually inside your file explorer, you just click and you just say path copy, long path, and you just go paste, and there it all comes in straight away. So this is a little program called PathCopyCopy, which you can add for your Windows Explorer contextual menu. Really great, really easy, copies those things straight away. There's far less messing around than you do. Another thing that I do a bit is that sometimes, like in some of the modeling programs I'm doing, I'm going to actually have a site model, and then I'll have separate building models that come in, so they're linked. Inside Revit, if you've got the linked models in one, on the site one, it won't let you open up another file within that running program. You actually have to run the program as a separate one. So sometimes you have to run the program twice and actually have two copies of the version running. Another one that you might have here, this one here is actually a demo one, which is SimLab Composer, which does some rendering stuff and does materials and utilities and stuff like that. If I want another copy of that, you can use Shift and you just touch your taskbar logo of what you're going to do, and it will open up a second copy of it. And this one here, I'm actually trying out the light edition. So if I come into here, I'm going to start the light edition, and it'll open up a second copy. That means I can actually run two separate files. On this one here, unless you run one file at a time, and then I can come in and I can go and open a new file or do something else or create one or do what I do. It works in some programs and doesn't work in others. If I got Google Earth, and if I go Shift and click, nothing happens. If I go into Firefox, if I go Shift, it opens up another browser tab for me, completely new one as it is. So there are other ways of doing that. I just find it's helpful on some programs. It's quite difficult to get another copy of the same thing working. So I found that fast key, and I actually found it very useful to work. The third thing I want to talk about is one called Textify. I have a little thing, and what it is grabbing text. I've got a little thing that goes through onto all of my videos on YouTube, and it actually just counts the numbers of views. So, you know, it says over this, I've had about 443 views in a week, and I've got these different areas of which they are, which are on separate tabs. There was this another program that I was just playing with, which was called Sheety, and what it does is it acts as an API so that you can go and make a call to that sheet to actually do some interrogation to it. But one of the things that it does is it actually takes the Sheety site, it puts your Google Sheets string to where your site is, and then it starts putting your actual sheets, and it has a project name that it actually puts it on, but you can't select that piece of text, which is really annoying. But you can, I've got a little thing which I use, this program called Textify, which you can go, and I've got it linked up as Control and Shift, and if I click on that, it actually gives me the text. Now I can actually just click straight onto that, and it'll go and open that site there for me. So and let's see what it does there. No, it's not doing it. So if I actually just grab that string, normally I don't use that process. I normally just go Control Copy, and then if I just go, whoops, pardon me, into a new one there. There's the call, and there's a JSON file that's actually calling. So it's doing an API call to that sheet, and it's coming down and giving me a string of data based on the data in that sheet. Supposedly you can then filter it down further. So it was just, I suddenly thought, other people might have this issue where they find a bit of text and it's something that they want. Some things you can grab that one there, and if I just go into something like OneNote and do that, it pastes, and a lot of the things it will, but this one it won't. So this program is called Textify. It sits down in your tray, and if you click on it, I've actually got it set up for Control and Shift and left mouse button. You can set, you've got all these other alternatives, you know, you can have some combination of all of these depending on what your setup are to do that. I don't use middle mouse because I've actually got another program that I've got on middle mouse, and if I just click onto that, this gives me a whole lot of quick issues as to where I'm working in particular directories and things. I can call up programs really quickly, and I'll talk about that in another video. Anyway, I hope that's been of interest to you. If you'd liked it, can you put the thumbs up for me? Thank you very much indeed.